KO Art of Sports here with the one and only Robert Garcia. Congratulations, man. Joshua came back. Obviously, it was a loss last time, but you got it back, man. He looked good. KO, tell me about it.
It was awesome. You know, he trained very hard, you know, especially after his loss, which was hurting for, it was just really a bad way to go to lose a fight because, you know, obviously it was a stoppage, but it was a fight that he was winning and totally dominating, and then he got stunned a little and the ref jumped in and stopped the fight. So it was a little controversial, but it's part of boxing. It happens. It's not the first or last time that something like that happens. We had to talk to him. We had really good talks with him. He came back, and look, he had a great performance. I think his performance was really good. His confidence is back. Now we're going to go after, try to get the rematch.
I was going to ask you, I mean, it's when a fighter takes a loss, especially like a KO loss, no matter, I mean, obviously, the worse it is, obviously the worse mentally kind of fighters can be afterwards, but he seemed to rebound, and he looks as confident as ever, and he was telling me he wanted the rematch for this fight. You know what I mean? So he wants it next.
We were looking for the rematch right away, but we talked with Golden Boy and we decided to give him something before, just to get his confidence back up. You know, even though we had a tough kid in front of us, but it was a fight where we were gonna look good and perform well. It was a good performance. I think when you lose a fight, sometimes the fighter's just way better than you, and they beat you. Then sometimes that's easier. But when you already dropped the guy and you're putting a beating on the guy, you're on the verge of knocking him out, and then it happens. Then it's harder in that situation. So that's what Joshua went through. But now that he's back, he got a good win. Now we just got to go after the rematch.
How soon do you see a rematch happening? Like realistically, I guess, kind of talking to Golden Boy and all that. Like, are we talking this year or?
We have to have it this year. You know, we still have one more fight before our year contract. So it should be soon. Should be within a month and a half.
Oh, excellent, man. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Just want to get into the boxing stuff with you. Obviously, we've heard Mikey and probably Robert Easter maybe in September here in LA. Anything more you could tell us about that? And what do you think about that matchup? Because Easter's a really tall guy. He's just a tall order just because, I mean, obviously he's pretty good himself, but he's just physically tall. He's a tall drink of water.
Well, we've also been hearing about that, and we're already 2 months away, so we can't wait any longer. We got to stay, and we're already in the gym. We're already training for them to confirm it. Mm-hmm. They still say they're still negotiating. I think Easter coming to LA is going to make a difference. So they're still working on it. It's still not official, but as soon as they announce it, we're already ahead of time. We've already been training. We're already preparing for that. So when they don't get us off guard and out of shape.
Right. Yeah. No. Of course, you guys always stay ready. Do you take anything away from Easter's last fight? I can't remember the guy's name, but like Fortuna. Yes, exactly. Like he was a real rugged dude. Had a close fight with him. Do you take much away from that? I mean, Mikey doesn't really fight in Fortuna style, but I mean, he is obviously shorter in stature and all like that compared to Easter.
Look, Fortuna is a former world champion. Also, he's got good power. He's a knockout fighter. He's a lot shorter, so he's difficult. So that's why he made it difficult on Easter. But we don't go on his last performance. What I'll do is I'll look for his best performance and try to be ready for the best Easter out there. I'm not gonna go based on his last fight because he didn't look too good. But styles make fights, and maybe that wasn't the right style for him. We got to go out and prepare for the best Robert Easter out there.
Obviously, Lomachenko just had shoulder surgery. Kind of surprised a few of us who didn't know, I guess, that it was injured. Obviously, that's pushing his return back, and obviously pushing an eventual, hopefully, Garcia versus Lomachenko fight back. But I guess just kind of talking, just being in it, like how realistic is that match, and how far away are we from getting these two titans in the ring together?
Look, I think the fight is going to happen. It has to happen. It's a fight that needs to happen, but with negotiations and the different TV networks and promoters and all that goes on in boxing, I think it's going to happen when the fight is that big, huge, where it has to happen, and both TV networks, promoters are willing to work together. I think as of now, this year, maybe even next year, I don't think we'll see it, but we will. I think I just think the fight needs to happen.
I'm with you. Obviously, we're both boxing fans, so it definitely needs to happen. Hopefully, it happens soon. Just recently, another subject in boxing came up.